Hello. So in this half hour, we're going to do some very gentle floor-based practices with the emphasis on release. This is quite a favourite topic of mine. Releasing anxiety, releasing fear. And when we can release these negative qualities, then the positive qualities of self-acceptance, of love, they can come in. And when they come in as well, they just bring that positive aspect that allows us then to connect with our breath, to bring everything down, to come away from that sense of fight or flight and come back into ourselves. So if we could start by lying down and the knees are bent, feet flat onto the floor. Have the arms down by the sides and just settle down into the lower back and between the shoulder blades. You could pop a cushion underneath the head if you like. And if you wish, just have the knees come towards each other for support. So when you do that, you could take the feet a bit wider, take them towards the edges of the mat. Now softly close your eyes. And having established the connection between body and the ground, we come gently to the breath. Notice where you first feel the breath. Is that at the tip of your nose? Perhaps it's on the upper lip. Perhaps it's within those nasal passages. A sense of the air moving, or maybe a very slight tickling sensation. You may feel the rib cage moving. Or maybe just the collarbones. Maybe there's a breath further up the chest. Maybe there's a feeling of the breath into the abdomen. Maybe there's a sense of the whole body breathing. Wherever it is, we accept. We notice. We accept. You may find thoughts drifting in as you lie here with the breath. Acknowledge those thoughts. Say, yes, I know that you're there, but now is not the time. So let those thoughts, those reminders, those memories, those imaginings, just let them float away. You know they're there. You're going to come back to them later, but for now, this present moment is yours. It's for you, your breath, and your body. Now we're going to bring the feet so they are hip width apart. And draw the right knee towards the chest. Just release the lower back into the ground. If you find it's lifting up, take the hands behind the back of the thigh or onto the shin. And with a breath out, just draw the knee down. You can, if you wish, then lift the head and look down the center line of the body. Breathe in, lower and release. breathe out, draw the knee down towards you. Lift the head, engaging the abs. You don't have to lift the head. Release and breathe in. Do that again. Now draw the toes towards you as you do it this time, as you breathe out. Toes towards you. Breathe in, point them away. Carry on. So wherever you are, just doing one more round. And release the leg, allow it to drift down to the ground. Reconnect then, reconnect with the soles of the feet, the back, the shoulders. Draw the left knee, either back of thigh or onto shin. Breathe in, breathe out, draw down. Hold, lift the head if you want to. Just remembering to lock in the tummy as you do that. And then head to ground if lifted and soften. Let's add in the foot. Draw the toes towards you as you draw the knee down. Point them away as you release. And carry on. So wherever you are, just doing one more round. Lower the foot down towards the ground. Now draw the knees in towards the chest. Hold on to the shins and then draw them down. If you wish to, you could curl up like a hedgehog, bring the head up. As you breathe in next, lower the head to the floor, stretch the legs up towards the ceiling, arms go overhead, push away through the heels. And then as you breathe out, draw the knees back down towards the chest, bring the arms down, gather yourself, and either head to floor or lifting. Let's concentrate on those toes now, breathing in, arms overhead, stretch up, draw the toes down. And then breathe out, knees fold gently down, bring the arms down, point the toes away. And again. And this time lower the feet down to the ground. Take them mat width apart, so the outside of the feet are to the outside of the mat. And have the arms out of the way, somewhere comfortable. These are called windscreen wiper twists, so we don't twist very far with these, but they are a nice release for the hips. So we breathe into the center, breathe out, knees go over to the right, just a little way. Not too far. Breathe into the center. Breathe out to the other side. So there is a caution here for hip replacements. If you have an artificial hip, then don't take the knee in towards the centre of the body. You might like to bring the feet and the knees together instead and twist like that. And every time you lift to centre, make sure that you draw into the centre of the pelvic floor and into the navel, so that the core is engaged and doing the work rather than the back. When you next come up from the left, then either draw the knees towards you or stretch them away, whatever feels right for you to do. If you're gathering the knees in, you might like to gently move from side to side. Then we're going to twist from here then with the knees onto the chest. It's quite a strong twist, so you may prefer to have the feet onto the ground and about hip width apart. Again, place those arms somewhere comfortable, just out of the way. Breathe in. Breathe out and take the knees over to the right. Now we're going to hold them there. And if you like, you can take your gaze down the opposite arm. Breathing softly and allowing that release into the ground. Then using a breath in to come to center. A breath out to go to the other side. Releasing, breathing. Now again, use an inhalation. Come up to center. Lower the left foot to the ground, take the right ankle onto the left thigh, just above the knee, and flex the right foot. You can do a few things here. So you could remain with the arms just out of the way, somewhere comfortable, or you could place the right hand onto the right thigh and just apply a tiny bit of pressure. You can remain like that with the foot onto the ground and just gently opening up into the hip. Or you could bring some movement in. So we could breathe in here and then breathe out and lift the left foot, drawing the knee towards the chest, but keeping that right hip open. And then we could breathe in and lower the foot down to the ground. So if you are moving, do that 2 more times. If you're doing this in stillness, then carry on. Then when you've completed those 3 rounds, or whenever you're ready, release the right foot, place it down onto the ground. Just soften the back and the shoulders again, make sure no tension has built up. Left foot comes to right thigh, just above the knee, flex the foot. You could place the left hand onto the thigh if you wish, and stay there if you like. Or we can breathe in, breathe out, draw the knee up, opening the hip. Breathing in and back down and repeating 2 more times. Whenever you're ready, release the foot down. Now I take the right knee in, keep the left leg bent, and just hold on to the back of the thigh. Draw the knee down again, but just take it out to the side slightly so it's coming towards the armpit. Now stay there, or there's always an or, isn't there? Or take the right hand and place it onto the sole of the foot and have the sole of the foot pointing up towards the sky. And then when you do that, if you do that, settle the back into the ground and the shoulders. And breathe. Now we'll gently release. Allow the foot to float back to the ground. Re-establish back and shoulders and go to the other side. So initially hold the back of the thigh, draw the knee just slightly out so it's coming towards the armpit. Stay there, or you could take the hand onto the sole of the foot and draw that knee down. Soften the breath, soften the shoulders, into the back, into the face, soften the face. And then as you're ready, gently releasing. So we're going to come over onto all fours. So you could roll over onto one side, or you could rock and roll up. And as you come to all fours, you might like to place some padding underneath the knees, so a blanket underneath the knees. The knees are going to come underneath the hips, the hands slightly wider than the shoulders, slightly forward, and soften the elbows. Just establish yourself. And then as we breathe in, we're going to release the hips, soften the tummy down, open the chest, shoulders back, lift up, looking up, but no strain into the neck. Breathe out and draw in, pelvic floor, navel. Gradually look down, but again, no strain into the neck. Let's do that 2 more times. Marjorie Asana, the cat pose. I've probably said it before, and it won't be the last time I say it either. This is a wonderful one to do at any time of the day, but especially just before bed, because it helps to relieve and release all those nerves, all that tension. And you have to come to the breath with this. Next exhalation, or at the end of the next exhalation, we draw the hips down towards the heels. The knees can be apart or together. The arms can stretch out. They could come down by the sides, or you could do 1 potato, 2 potato underneath the head. Be with your breath. Be with the connection between body and ground. And then make your way gently back up onto all fours. Now we're going to take the right toes out behind, flex them onto the ground. Breathe in and then breathe out. Take the gaze around towards the right foot. So you're looking at the right foot, you're stretching down that left side of the body. Engage the navel as you do this. Make your way back to center. Go to the other side. Stretch away. And then come back to center. Now, next breath out, we're going to draw the right knee towards the nose. Dip the head down. And then as you breathe in, keep the knee bent, take the foot up and look up. And do that twice more. This is Vajragrasana, the tiger pose. When you're ready, bring the knee down towards the ground. We then do one round of cats before going to the other side. This is to allow the back to realign and the hips to realign and anything else to realign. So your next out breath, the left knee comes towards the nose as we dip down with the head. And in breath, keep that knee bent, point the toes, and look up as you lift that leg. Twice more. When you finish those 3 rounds, another round of cat. And then down to child's pose as we were before. Come back up onto all fours. Last one from here. This time we're going to do extended cat, Utthita Asana. So take the left toes out and the right fingertips out. We engage the navel and the pelvic floor. Raise the left leg up, push through the heel, but don't take the leg higher than the hips. And then if it's right for you, raising the right hand, spiky fingers, and having the arm next to the ear. Keep the gaze down towards the ground. If possible, that's helping to keep the neck spine in line with the rest of the spine. Push through the heels, stretch through the fingers. Hold. Then your next exhalation, lower down. Have a little reorganize, make sure everything's in alignment. And then take the right toes out, left fingertips, engage. Raise that leg, push through the heel, check alignment. Raise that right hand, the left hand, if that's okay for you to do so. It's always, well, not always, but in this instance, it's opposite hand to leg. This is very strengthening. You're really working everything within the body. It's like an everything pose. And then as you're ready, next exhalation, lower down. Come back down. If the wrists are feeling tired now, turn the palms up towards the sky as you settle down back into child's pose. Then we'll just gently lift up. Come to a low kneel position. Hands onto the lap, and then bring the hands to the heart. We're going to breathe in and lift up. Raise the arms up. Breathe out, Fold down to child's pose and bring the hands through, raise them up behind you. Breathe in, come to low kneel, then up to high kneel. Breathe out, come down to child's pose, take the arms up behind you. Breathe in again. And then come up to kneel and bring yourselves to a seated position or a kneeling position. Pop jumpers on if you've taken your jumper off. Socks on. And just come to a comfortable place. Have the hands resting lightly onto the lap. The back nice and tall, the shoulders down, neck long. Softly close the eyes and soften the face. And come back to your breath. Notice how the breath is feeling now after our practice. Allow thoughts to drift by, allow them to go. Acknowledge that they're there and then wave them on their way. Allow yourself the next minute or two to be with you in the present moment with your breath. Now, gently drop the chin down towards the chest. Softly open the eyes. And whenever you're ready, lifting your chin. Hope you enjoyed that practice. Namaste.